Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because, honestly, we have a truly fascinating journey ahead of us. Today, we're diving deep into the profound world of early Philippine arts, drawing straight from the incredible research and educational framework put together by Sharina H. Maymay. If you're someone who loves discovering exactly how our deep cultural roots shape human creativity, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to explore how historical communities looked at their natural environments and thought, you know what? I can make a masterpiece out of this. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer, which is basically a geographical tour of incredible ingenuity. 1. Beyond crude artifacts. 2. Singkaban, the bamboo arches. 3. Batak, tattoos of bravery. 4. Piz Siabit, mind-woven geometry. 5. Ukil, carving natural myths. And finally 6. Roots shaping our identity. Let's get to it. Section 1. Beyond Crude Artifacts, Reframing Early Filipino Art. This is where we set our main goal for today, completely changing how we look at these historical regional art forms. But before we look at our very first historical examples, I actually want you to ask yourself a question. Just look around right now. What patterns do you notice in the physical world around you? Is it the rigid, perfect symmetry of the architecture you're sitting in, the organic, flowing curves of a houseplant on your desk, or maybe natural elements like the wood grain on your floor? I want you to keep those shapes in the back of your mind because, as you'll see, early regional artists were incredibly deliberate about capturing those exact environmental elements. So, the crucial point is this. For the longest time, there was this massive misconception that early historical works were simply crude artifacts. Basic, purely functional, maybe a bit primitive. We need to completely bust that myth right now, because as Maymay's research highlights, these works are actually highly sophisticated living testaments. They aren't just old objects, they're complex expressions of regional identity, unparalleled resourcefulness, and these incredibly deep spiritual worldviews. Moving right along to Section 2, Singkaban, the Bamboo Arches, the Art of Bulacan. Let's make our first regional stop in Bulacan. Here, we get to see how a super common, everyday natural resource gets transformed into something genuinely magical. We're talking about Singkaban. By definition, these are stunning arched gateways, but pay attention to the specific words used to describe them. Flowing floral scrolls and shaved flourishes, right? It's not just tying a bunch of bamboo or kawayan sticks together. This is a deliberate, intricate manipulation of the wood to create delicate, curling visual poetry out of a material that is naturally very, very rigid. And the actual creation of these arches, it's a highly active communal process. They're created primarily for local fiestas, serving as these massive, temporary masterpieces for the community to celebrate under. To get those flowing scrolls we just talked about, artisans literally have to use fresh, pliable bamboo. They physically shave the wood using specialized knives known as cuchillo. It requires this immense physical control, plus a really intimate understanding of exactly how that fresh bamboo is going to bend and curl under the blade. It's like a dance between the artist and the material. All right, Section 3, Batik, Tattoos of Bravery, the Sacred Ink of the Cordillera. Now we're guiding our focus up to the mountainous Cordillera region, and here the canvas for the art changes entirely. We are shifting from bamboo to the human body itself. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer resourcefulness of the materials used for batik, which is also known as batok. Think about it. To create permanent ink, they use soot and water. That's it. And to apply it, well, they didn't just order manufactured steel needles online. They used what the environment provided, sharp citrus thorns attached to a bamboo stick. It is a brilliant, hyper-local solution to a very complex artistic demand. The designs themselves aren't just random doodles either. They're deeply tied to the natural world. Key motifs feature centipedes, known locally as guillamon, as well as snakeskin and some intensely intricate geometric lines. These natural motifs are actually deeply embedded in the spiritual worldview of the community. When a person wears these tattoos, they're drawing on the protective, powerful, and enduring traits of the very creatures they share their environment with. And the physical application process, it is intense. Step 1. The ink is applied via rhythmic hand tapping. The artist is literally driving that citrus thorn into the skin over and over by hand. Step 2. Because of the sheer physical endurance required to sit through that, this marks a vital rite of passage. And Step 3. It ultimately becomes a permanent, sacred body ornament.
It's a highly respected mark that instantly communicates a person's bravery or societal status to everyone who crosses their path.
Down to Section 4, Pis Shabit, Mind-Woven Geometry, Tasug and Sulu Textiles.
Moving down to the south, we visit the Tasug people of Sulu, and our mediums shift once again. This time, we're looking at cotton, silk, and natural dyes. The absolute visual signature of Pis Sabied and Tanan weaving is continuous symmetry. The artisans create highly complex geometric grids, perfectly balanced squares, and flawlessly repeating triangles. Achieving this level of precision, getting all those lines to match up using only natural fibers, is a monumental task of alignment and tension. And this brilliantly illustrates the true genius behind this art form. Check out this quote from the source material: woven on backstrap looms requiring complex mental calculations without written drafts. I mean, just pause and think about that for a second. There are no blueprints here, no graph paper, no digital templates. The weaver is holding that entire mathematical grid, all of that continuous symmetry entirely in their head as they work the backstrap loom. It is an absolute marvel of both intellectual and artistic dedication. Mind-blowing, right? Next up, Section 5, Ukiyo, Carving Natural Myths, the carvings of Moro and Lumad. For our final specific art form today, we look to the carvings of the Moro and Lumad communities, which is an art known as ukul or ukur. Notice how our mediums shift here to really robust, enduring materials. We're talking hardwood, brass, stone, and even mother of pearl. Let's map out how these incredible motifs are actually applied to everyday life. First, we have the Saramanok, translating to a mythical bird, which is frequently used in highly intricate decorative carvings. Next, the Naga, or serpent. You'll beautifully see this carved into the panel long, which are the projecting house posts of their traditional dwellings. And finally, look at the Paku Rabong, or ferns. These organic vine-like designs are carved into vital everyday items, specifically wooden boats known as vintas, and even onto weapons. They literally carve their natural environment and their myths into the very tools they rely on to survive.
Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 6, Roots Shaping Our Identity, Parallels to Traditional Motifs.
Let's tie all four of these very diverse regional arts together into a single cohesive narrative. To summarize the core takeaways from Maymay's research today, first, we have successfully reframed early Philippine arts. They are absolutely not basic crafts. They are highly sophisticated testaments of culture. Second, from the freshly shaved bamboo of Bulacan to the soot and thorns of the Cordilleras, we've highlighted some truly incredible regional ingenuity and resourcefulness. Third, the centipedes, serpents, and mythical birds reveal the deep spiritual worldviews shared across these communities. And finally, seeing the sheer mental math behind the weaving or the grueling physical effort of the hand tapping shows us an elite level of artistic dedication. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really powerful question drawn straight from the core of today's lesson. Think about it. Just as the geometric lines of Pis Sabiet or the shaved flourishes of Sincabon express the undeniable identity of their makers, how do your personal choices and your cultural roots shape your individual identity? What motifs are you weaving into the canvas of your own life? Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredible topic today. Keep analyzing, keep learning, and I will catch you in the next explainer.